The fight during the 23rd World Tournament between Goku and Piccolo Jr. was one of the most legendary fights in the entire series, featuring many of Goku and Piccolo's best moments. The fight comes down to a rousing conclusion when Goku's sudden revelation that he could fly allows him to catch Piccolo Jr. off guard, headbutting him straight in the chest. The powerful speed Goku was flying at immediately renders Piccolo Jr. unconscious as Piccolo Jr. lands outside the bounds of the arena. Just like that, Goku is crowned the winner of the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. Goku smiles, reveling in his victory. However, this is where events start to unfold differently. In this version of events, Kami doesn't hesitate whatsoever. As the rest of the Z fighters go up to Goku to celebrate his victory, they distract Goku momentarily. This means that no one could stop Kami from doing what needs to be done. Not even going up to congratulate Goku, Kami immediately makes his way towards Piccolo Jr. Kami stands on top of Piccolo Jr., his face set in a grim expression. Taking one's own life was never an easy task, but Piccolo Jr. was his mistake, a mistake that he had created, a mistake that he had deeply regretted all these years. But finally, now everything will come full circle. The life and legend of Kami and Demon King Piccolo will finally end here. Kami raises his hand up and plunges his hand straight through Piccolo Jr.'s chest. Piccolo Jr., who was too injured to move, couldn't even defend himself as his life slowly fades away. Goku, who suddenly felt the absence of Piccolo Jr.'s ki, widens his eyes in surprise. Goku yells out Kami's name as everyone turns their head to look at Kami in confusion. Kami was slowly disappearing. Now there was just a faint silhouette. Kami, however, still had a smile on his face. He tells Goku he knows that with Goku as the next guardian of Earth, Earth will be in good hands. Someone like him, who had to banish the evil from his heart, was never fit to be a good guardian. Goku yells in anguish as all the Z fighters rush forward towards Kami. But they never made it in time as Kami's body finally disappears in a white light, completely erasing the world of any presence of Kami and Demon King Piccolo. As usual, Yajirobe arrives, pretty confused about the somber and depressed atmosphere everyone was giving off. He feeds Goku a senzu bean as Goku jumps back up. The once joyous mood was no longer present, and Goku also partially blames himself for Kami's death. The meteor combination that he had performed beforehand against Piccolo Jr. should have been enough to finish the match. If he just hadn't let his guard down, maybe then Piccolo Jr. wouldn't have injured him, and maybe then he would have been able to stop Kami from taking his own life. Kami had paid the price for Goku's carelessness, and Goku vows never to make the same mistake again. Meanwhile, Goku continues pondering upon the situation. Initially, he never intended to accept the position of Kami, despite already knowing Kami's intentions a while back. But this was Kami's dying wish, and regardless of how he truly felt about the matter, there was nothing he could do but heed Kami's dying request. Similar to canon, Goku bids goodbye to the rest of his friends for now, as he and Chi-Chi head off. However, instead of going over to Mount Paozu to find a place to settle down for the next 5 years, Goku instead urges Nimbus upwards, up and up into the clouds, towards Kami's lookout. At the lookout, Goku greets a sad-looking Popo. Popo was sad that Kami had left them. But now, there was a new guardian that he could serve, and he would make this new guardian the best one to ever be. Goku smiled sheepishly. He would have to rely on Popo for now, because he honestly had no idea what this job entailed. Goku asked Chi-Chi whether she minded that they would live here from now on. Chi-Chi was initially hesitant. She didn't really want to live in the clouds for the rest of her life. But seeing Goku's earnest expression, she relents. Using Nimbus, she would still be able to go down from the lookout whenever she needed to purchase groceries and such. So now, we enter the timescape in between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I decided that I'll cover these next 5 years in depth. Goku starts taking up his duties as Kami. Obviously, Kami duties doesn't mean that Goku will neglect his training either. In fact, Goku trains even harder here than he did in the original timeline. No Kami meant no Dragon Balls, and no Dragon Balls means no second chances. He needed to make sure that he was strong enough to face any threat that would come Earth's way. In fact, sometimes Goku even went into the hyperbolic time chamber a few months at a time to polish his skills even further, though he doesn't spend too much time in there due to the intense amount of pressure that it puts on the body. Gohan is still born like usual, however, here Chi-Chi is much more receptive to Gohan receiving some training from Goku. After all, they were Earth's forefront defense. In fact, Chi-Chi herself had kept up with her own training as well. One extra thing Goku wanted to do, however, was investigate Kami's true origins. From what Popo had told him, Kami had come from a distant planet. Goku had passed the spaceship over to Bulma, hoping Bulma could get it up and running. But he was still reluctant to leave the planet. If he had, there would be no one left here to safeguard Earth. Bulma volunteered to go on her lonesome, but Goku also didn't want to risk any more lives. Just like that, 5 years go by. Unfortunately, Piccolo Jr. won't be the last challenge Goku faces. Raditz prepares himself as he nears his destination. His spaceport crash lands onto the wastelands. Raditz steps out, ready to find Kakarot using his scouter. However, what awaited him outside his port surprised him greatly. He didn't expect Kakarot to already be waiting for him there. Goku had seen Raditz's spaceport from Kami's lookout. Earth didn't have many other world visitors, and most of the time when there were, they harbored nefarious intentions. As Goku and Raditz stare down each other, this is where we'll leave off for now. Without Piccolo's help, will Goku be able to take down Raditz? Or will Goku simply try to ally himself with Raditz? Well, these are questions we'll answer in the next part on Dragon Ball Z.